Hello and welcome back. Today is August 25th. It's Tuesday, and we have been home from our trip since Sunday afternoon. We had originally planned on being gone for 4 weeks. We were gone for 3 weeks, and that was long enough. And also, we broke down 3 times, and so that meant repair bills and parts, and those were days when my husband couldn't work. And so we had a really good time. We got our daughter taken to college, and that all went well. But we came home not in the best financial situation we've ever been in. And we've dealt with these things before, but it's just going to take some time to get back on really good, solid financial footing. So I will admit that last night I was crying and I was talking to my husband and I was saying, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to pinch things more than we already are. I don't want to have to watch every penny when we had felt like we were fairly prepared for our trip, and then of course things happen that you're not anticipating, and I just said, I don't know if I'm strong enough to do this. And of course he was encouraging, but I woke up this morning in a better place mentally and feeling like, okay, we can do this. It's gonna be tough, but honestly almost every year of our 21-year marriage there's been something that has set us back some. I think that's called real life. And so I decided to set today aside as a research day. And I'll do these every so often. And usually in the fall I do this anyway. So it was just kind of researching things and making a plan. So on our way home on Sunday, we stopped at the grocery store and we bought some food to kind of go back. We don't usually receive food stamps, but during the summer in Maryland, every child who is on Medicaid, which we do receive, gets a small amount of food stamp benefits. It's called Sunbucks, and it's like some areas offer free school lunches during the summer to everybody in the community, all the kids in the community. Our area doesn't do that because it's so spread out, so they offer this. It goes on a regular food stamp card, and you get, I think it's $40 per student per month. And so we had used some before we left and saved that grocery money to take with us. And we had the last month, August's benefits that we could use. So I had $240 and maybe a little bit more than $240. So I stopped on our way home and I used that money to stock up on groceries and just basic things and things that were on sale. I kind of had a list of things that people were interested in having, and then just some ideas that were kind of inexpensive. So I had those groceries already, and Thursdays usually are errand day, but I'm not going on Thursday this week. I'm going tomorrow on Wednesday because Evie has a dentist appointment. So I sat down this morning and thought about what kinds of meals do I already have in my pantry. I wish I brought the list out with me, but what kind of things do I already have on hand, and what kind of things could I make if I only picked up just a couple of items at the grocery store this week. So hopefully that'll give us a little bit of money to get ourselves set back into a good place. Of course, it's not going to be a 1 week or 2 week thing. It's going to take some time, but that was my first part of my researching and planning. So I came up with 15 lunch/dinners from things I either already had or things that I could just get a couple of ingredients to round out. So some things that are on our list, I had gotten a whole pork loin, so I'm going to do half of it as carnita and half of it as barbecue pork. I had gotten a 3-pound chub of ground beef, so I'm going to do meatball stroganoff and meatball subs. Just do it all as meatballs, divide it in half. That's out thawing for tonight. We had grilled cheese and tomato soup for lunch, which was on that list. We have stuff for cheesy potato soup, beef stew, I'm going to do a ham and mashed potatoes, and then ham, potatoes, and cabbage, and ham pot pie, which all kind of use similar ingredients. But we're going to do those. We're going to have pizza and wings one night. Creamy sausage and pepper pasta. Spicy beef and noodles. I could just use a pound of beef for that. Mississippi chicken. I don't remember everything, but I had a good amount of things with just getting a few ingredients whenever I go out tomorrow. So that was the first thing that I did for my research day, and now I have been working on the second part of my research day because it's almost September, and being almost September means it's almost Christmas. And so I know I'm not going to have a ton of money for Christmas as per usual. Sometimes I think I just don't want to worry about it, and I want to just be able to go buy what I want and give things to the people that I love without worrying about how cheaply I can do it. But once again, this is not that year. And so I've been researching things, writing down ideas of things, where I have a list of all of the recipients, everybody that we will buy for, which will be my mom and dad, my husband's mom, my grandparents, my aunt and a couple of cousins, my husband, and then all of our kids. And we'll probably have a few extras, like somebody at church or a friend or something like that. But I've been watching YouTube videos to come up with ideas and thinking through things that I think I can get inexpensively. A lot of things will be repeated. We always give thrift store books. We always give thrift store CDs, clothing sometimes, usually food gifts. My cousins almost always get some iteration of like a mug and coffee and chocolate. Just something small because I care about them and I want them to know that. But yeah, so I feel like, I guess this video is just to encourage you that if you're struggling, like we are going to be struggling for the next little while, and you're thinking about things or how you can make this better, to maybe take a research day or a couple of hours and just think about all the things you can do, because it does make a difference. I think our electric bill for next month will be down because we weren't here and we unplugged our garage fridge and one of our freezers. We did plug the fridge back in, but we didn't plug the freezer back in. We don't have enough food in it or in the freezers out there that I need to separate it. We haven't been using air conditioning because even though it's the end of August, today's only 70 couple degrees, which is insane. But yeah, just kind of watching everything, thinking about ways that I can consolidate our trips, and yeah, so we're working on it, and we did have a really good time while we were gone. It was just, there was some stress. We thought it would be easier to find loads if we weren't having to stay in one spot, but that wasn't necessarily true because a lot of times we had to travel 3 or 4 hours, which would be, you know, $100 or more in gas in the motorhome in order to get to a place that there was loads for my husband to take. And so we made memories. We did once in a lifetime things. So I'll tell you a couple things that we did. We were in Iowa for a big portion of our trip. It felt like it was actually only a week, maybe about a week, but it felt like a long time, and I am okay if I never go back to Iowa. The roads were terrible, and that was one of our first breakdown, was because the roads were terrible. But we were there, we visited the Amana colonies, we did a lot of camping, of course, and paid activities. Like I said, we did the Amana colonies, we did, I can't even remember, there was 4 things, I think. One thing was that, the Bluegrass Hall of Fame and Museum in Kentucky. We paid to go there, and then from there we drove down to Tennessee early last week, and the kids went to see Nashville, and we got a campsite, and it was really close to the Grand Ole Opry. And my husband was actually kind of bummed. He was like, I'm tired of camping, can we just get a hotel room? I was like, no, we don't need to get a hotel room, we need to just camp. And even though this was a more expensive campground, it was still going to be cheaper than a hotel room because it's 2 hotel rooms for us. And we went to check in, and there was free Opry tickets on the bulletin board, And we were like, well, surely there's not enough for 8 of us. But yes, there was like 40 in there, and they were pretty good seats. And we found them at 6:30. The show started at 7, but we were able to hurry down there since it was only like a mile away or something. And we paid $30 to park, but other than that, we went to the Grand Ole Opry for free. And then on the way home, we went to an amusement park, and that was our big expense. But the kids and I had worked for a friend, and we had taken $600 in fun money, and that's about what we spent. And there's 4 different activities, and so yeah, it was fun, and we made a lot of memories, took a lot of pictures, did not take any videos even though I said I wanted to, but it's okay. We are back, and we are back into our normal frugal life. So I'm going to end this video here. I just wanted to touch base and let you guys know what was going on, and hopefully I will be back soon with my plans for Christmas and ideas and just daily life. So thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you very soon.